So I have Budget Bootcamp. Today I'm gonna cover some really quick tips that will help everybody watching that you can start right now to help you get over that holiday budget hangover. Starting with a spending freeze. Have you ever heard of that? For 7 days, you don't spend any money. What it does is it cleanses you from that habit of pulling out your credit card every time you need something, running to the store. But the most important thing is that money that you save for a week, put it toward that credit card. Put it toward that holiday debt. If you do that once a month, you will have your debt paid off in no time.
In no time.
All right, so a lot of people traditionally bank by having one savings account and one checking account. So today I'm gonna recommend not having just 2 bank accounts, but at least 7.
Wow.
Okay? Yes.
You get a lot of free toasters and calendars for that.
Everyone check your pulse. Stay with me. I promise this will make your life easier. So I'm going to run through them real quick. We're going to start with this top drawer, which is our checking account. So you're going to start out with your family checking account, which is your basic checking account that pretty much everybody should have. You know, that's where when you get paid, when you get a paycheck, that goes into there. That account is really your home-based account. That's where all your bills are paid. That's where, you know, your money kind of sits and you use it for things. But you're married, right?
Correct.
So
there's husband checking and wife checking.
Yes,
That's
and
cool.
this is why it's not my money, your money. But think about any company that functions well. You don't have 2 high-powered people doing the exact same thing. You would kill each other, your company would collapse. Do you ever fight about money? Raise your hand if you fight about. You're all liars. Everybody fights about money. If you open a yours and mine account, then what you do is you just divide up those spending responsibilities, divide and conquer. There are many more you can have in checking, but let's talk about savings for a second.
Yeah,
so you're just gonna have a regular savings account. I hear that you guys are working on this right now.
We are.
That's just a standard savings account. Try to have 3 months to live on it in this account in case, you know, something short-term happens, like a job loss or whatever else. Or that's what you would use to save up for a trip or even Christmas or whatever. But then you need an emergency savings account too. So I recommend that 20% of your income should go into savings every month. Throw 10% into here, 10% into there. And then in case of a dire emergency, you're not wiping out every bank account. You've got money set aside to cover you in a time of need. I also recommend having a health savings account or an HSA. So there's a formal HSA where any money you put in is tax-free.
Wow.
Yes, you get a little debit card with it, and so it can only be used for medical expenses. And if you talk to your health insurance or your bank or credit union or even your employer to see if you qualify. If not, just open a savings account. Set some money aside so that when you go to the doctor, it's not eating up your grocery money. Right? And then everybody needs a fun money account, for heaven's sakes. All right, this is easy, and this is something everybody can do. All you need is an envelope. There are lots of envelope systems out there, and I tried them, and it was a lot for my head to manage. All you need is one envelope. And what I recommend doing is I'm gonna pretend that this here is my envelope for sake of visual. So what you do is you take that envelope, just split it in half. And from now on, instead of having 10 envelopes with 10 budgets, 2. That's all I want you to focus on is 2 budgets, okay? One of them is grocery, because aside from our mortgage, that's usually what we spend the most money on. And then everything else, miscellaneous. The big trick is don't budget per month. That's a lot to track. Just divide it up per week instead. So I'm gonna divide this by 4, pretending that there are, let's say there's 4 weeks in this month, okay? And what I recommend, you have a family of 4, right? You've got 2 kids?
I do.
So for groceries, a good starting budget, obviously do what works for you and what you can afford. A good starting budget is $100 per person in your family per month, starting at $300. So for you guys, that would be $400 a month, but remember, we're breaking it up, so that's $100 per week. It may not sound like a lot, but really, it's only 6 or 7 days. You can buy what you need, use what you have, make things from scratch. This will cut your bill down so much. And then give yourself a budget each week to cover everything else. Lunch with the kids, new soccer shin guards, whatever it is. Let's say, for math's sake, it's $100. And that's it. On this little envelope, keep it in your wallet. When you go to the store, let's say you spend $70 and let's say you go buy something else, whatever else. Just keep track like an old school check register. Keep your receipts in the envelope, and at the end of the year, you've got 12 beautiful little envelopes with all the receipts you need for everything you've spent. It's all right here. You can do it with cash and card.
Very cool.
So easy. The one tip I will say is if you run out of money, don't borrow from the next week or you'll be in debt to yourself for the rest of your life. But you can borrow side to side all you need. If you have a big, heavy grocery
If you have excess here, put it over here.
Totally.
Exactly.